Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thanks. You got my name right this time. Well done. Congratulations. What am I going to talk about? I'm not actually going to talk about my work. I do like talking about myself a lot, but I'm not really going to talk about my work. I'm going to talk about how we went on a bit of a journey in our studio, how we discovered a technique and we tried to find out about it through, I suppose, investigation. That doesn't necessarily mean Googling it, through perseverance, and I guess through sort of working together as a studio. You know, all the work we do at the studio, of which this is some of it, is not all done by me. So it's very important to acknowledge the studio members, and they're all sitting over there. Okay, so this is a Chinese foil block sample book. It's pretty exciting for me when I get these samples, because I think to myself, is there going to be a foil block in the Chinese foil block sample that I haven't used before? That's always the ambition, right? To find something new. To find something new that maybe people haven't used before. And as you can see, there's lots of horses. You can put your design through the holes and test what your design will work against that. 951. And, you know, we use these foils. And I suppose I got to a point where I was bored of using them. I've like seen a green one, seen a red one, seen a blue one. I like these ones. They're pretty cool. I suppose also at the same time, this was maybe about a year ago, we really got into making GIFs. I don't know if you guys make GIFs, but oh my God, I just love making GIFs. I love the fact things can move. And we often used to sort of like show our work and show a book cover, for example, with a foil on it and make it as a GIF and send it to our client and go, look, it's shiny. And I suppose it got to the point where, you know, we started sort of trying to do something new. We were like, oh my God, we just can't use foil block anymore. Can't we just do something else? So, you know, we thought, transparent foil. Transparent foil. So the words "Catch Me Daddy," I think, are in transparent foil, which kind of gives a different effect. Then we sort of started faking it. We started faking it. So rather than actually do any foil blocking, we'd just like print a scan of a transparent foil on a cover to make out that it looked like it was foiled in a really weird way. Another weird example that we did last year for the Serpentine Pavilion, for the Architectural Pavilion by Selgas Cano. And I don't know if anyone saw it, but it had this kind of weird foil, this kind of, I'm not sure what it is, it's like translucent or iridescent foil. So we kind of mimicked the kind of same effect through overlays. And then I suppose, let's just look at that for a bit longer. I sort of like sometimes like ask stupid questions in my studio. And I suppose I said one day, well, wouldn't it be amazing if you could like design your own foil? Wouldn't that be amazing if you could design your own foil? How brilliant would that be? And Jules, who is in the audience, kind of showed me this. And it's a record cover And I've got it here. And I was like really amazed by that. I'm going to pass it round to the studio audience. But you can look at the GIF. And this was a sort of series. Again, you must excuse my French pronunciation because it's really bad. But they were records apparently by Francis Bally and Pierre Henry. And the translation of the top left says Perspective 21st Century. So that was a kind of label, and it was funded by Philips on the right. And, I kind of saw this technique, and I was like, oh my God, we must use this. We must use this. We must find out what it's called. So we discovered pretty early it's called Héliophore. And this is us taking pictures of it last Friday at the studio. It's really hard to photograph. This is our kind of film set. Here's another one. Do I have to press space for it to play? Oh, gone too far. Let's just go back. This one should animate as well, but it doesn't look like it is. Check out this one. This one's even better. Le Voyage. So have a look at it. There you go. Oh, there you go. So it seems that the image has been designed. It seems the image has been designed. The type kind of hasn't been designed. Sort of looks, like you'd expect things to look in the 60s. I don't quite know what the type is, but it's probably some kind of version of Helvetica. So this was the inspiration for the invention. This is a amorphous butterfly, which gives off the same kind of iridescent, same kind of light shimmering due to the kind of structure of the actual butterfly. And this was the inspiration for the inventor, who was called Louis Dufay. And he invented Héliophore in the 1930s. Oh my God. It was used in a film, apparently an unfinished film called Inferno by Henri-Georges Clouzot. Apparently all this stuff was quite normal in the 60s. We think we live in a kind of high-tech, cool age, but this stuff, I don't think it was that surprising to have all this sort of shiny, spacey, opera, kinetic stuff kind of hanging around. Then, of course, in all true graphic design stories, someone else ripped it off. So this is the publisher, Robert Laffont. And they ripped off, I've got some here. Oh my God, I've got quite a few books here. I feel like a magician. Oh. So this was ripped off in the 70s and 80s. And again, quite blatantly, the publisher was quite open about kind of copying the idea. And again, we were just really curious about them. They're just really amazing, aren't they? Have a look. By the way, I know exactly how many are here, so please don't pinch them. Love this one. Check this one out. So basically, everyone that used to come into the studio, we have a lot of people come into the studio on a daily basis. There's some more here. Hang on, it's really bright. There you go. Have a look at that. I'm going to give one to you. So we have a lot of people coming to the studio, and I would always show them these books, these records, and I'd go, oh my God, how amazing is that? And they would all go, yes, that's amazing. What's it called? And we would say Héliophore, and we were like, we don't know anything about it really. I suppose all we know, or all we knew, was that it was stopped in 2012 by the French printer. The translation is Central Office of Imaging, which I think is a really great name for a printer. There's another one. Oh my God, I'm running out of time. Okay, so I showed it to Mark Pawson, the great bookseller, book artist. 2 weeks later, in the post, he sent me Popeye, which was printed on the same technique. I was like, well, that's very nice of Mark Pawson to send me Popeye. And then Luke at the studio realized that on the back there is a mark, Gfex prints, Gfex foil. So that was the clue to us. So we basically rung them up and realized they still existed in England, in Hertfordshire. And obviously they were very surprised to hear from us. Probably hadn't had a job in 30 years. So we took the opportunity we were designing a book for Christina Mackey, and we thought, this is the inside, we thought, well, wouldn't that be amazing to reproduce that cover, or this image as a cover? So we got a test made. And again, the technique involves hand engraving, so everything has to be done by hand. So you send them a design, and they copy it with a really fine tool and produce this amazing effect. And this is the book that we made. As you can see, it's glistening. I have a copy here. And I suppose what I'm trying to, the reason why I'm talking about this process is that the whole thing isn't really about the design. It's not really about what the thing looks like. It's not about what typeface you use. It's really about an investigation into a process. And sometimes I see the job, or my job as a graphic designer, as a kind of private investigator. You'll kind of go on a journey and you have to find things out. And I always want to find something out that, hasn't been used much or is nearly dead. And when you find that process, you can kind of bring it back and produce something like this. I do have one typographic question, because I know Sarah's going to talk about type, but I can't not do a talk and not talk about type. I have a question for the audience. What's the typeface? Sorry? No. We are going to be here until someone gets it right. Sort of nearly close in your pronunciation. Chicago. Who said that? Amazing. Great. Well done. You've won yourself a book. Well done. Oh, shit, I actually forgot to show you something. I'll show you one more thing, which also is amazing, why is everyone should always keep their running sheets. I'm obsessed with running sheets. Look at the running sheet of that. You get the running sheet in the post. I'm afraid I can't give that away. Okay, thanks very much.